Three becomes two as Hearts officially drop out of the title race, and that leaves Celtic and Rangers to battle for the Premiership title. Welcome back, boys and good girls, to Fog Football, and we are here for another week of lights, camera, action. I don't know what to say. Let's go.
Let's go, League One. Only one game in League One. Stirling Albion taking on Hamilton Academical. Bit of a dead game here on Tuesday, but I'm going to go with Hamilton to win 2-0.
Only one game in League One and only one brain cell in my head by the looks of things. But yeah, I also think Hamilton will bounce back, although they have been pretty poor as of late. I certainly wouldn't be surprised if Stirling Albion got a result or even got a win here at the Fourth Bank Stadium. But Hamilton need to stop their bad run of form at some point, and it may as well be a Tuesday night in Stirling.
It may as well be. Into the Cinch Championship we go, and we have got 4 midweek games.
Looks like 5 to me.
God, I can't count, can't I?
This is the dipshit show.
Anyway, Somerset Park, Ayr United, the Honest. Yeah, it's a good thing they were called the Honest Men and not the Honest Boys, wasn't it? Ayr United, or else they could be in deep trouble. But they're taking on Partick Thistle. Scott Brown taking on whoever's in charge of Partick Thistle. I can't remember his name.
I think the nickname of Fog Football should be the Honest Men, because that's all we are, honest.
Aye.
Still get a load of shit fit for low IQ mongoloids that can't comprehend what we're saying half the time, but I mean, that's not our fault. Like,
that's not our fault.
Apparently you put a poll up to see what the reaction is to Brendan Rodgers, and that obviously means that you're condemning him and finding him guilty of what?
We're throwing him away the key.
Nah.
Alright, good stuff. Anyway, let's throw the key down to what Somerset Park this is. So, I'm going to go Ayr to win. I'm going to go 1-0.
Partick Thistle. Bad result against Dunfermline. Do feel sorry for them, though. I mean, I think they were shafted in that game. Ayr United, though, decent form. I feel like the Championship's that close. Everyone's kind of got decent form. Park v Arbroath.
Aye, absolutely, but I went with 1-0.
I mean, you never really know how the Championship's going. You get these teams that maybe get a couple of wins back to back, then you're thinking, right, they look like a decent team. They look like they're pushing for the top 4 playoff positions, and then they'll lose a few games. Somebody else will win a couple. I mean, I wouldn't say there's much to choose between the Championship. Is the Scottish Championship similar to the English Championship, where you'd say it's like anybody can really beat anybody? Is it the most competitive league in the Scottish pyramid?
I'd say so. Yeah, I would
well, look
agree.
at last season. We literally we got down to, I think it was the top 7 teams. Was it top 7 teams at the end could get into the playoffs last year. It was insane. And then we had the bottom 2 teams that were fighting it for relegation. There was only one team last year going into the last game that had nothing to play for.
Who was that?
Ooh. Don't be asking me. Who is it? It was, I'm going to say it was Rafe Rovers, to be fair.
Rafe Rovers. Alright, to be fair, I've already gave him a score, so go. Hurry up, man.
Ayr United, Partick Thistle. I'm going to go 2-1 Partick Thistle.
Fair enough, right. Dundee United taking on Airdrie. Dundee are going to win. Dundee United going to win. Aye, they are. 2-0. Good night.
I'm going to 1-1 draw.
1-1 draw. Inverness take on Dunfermline. Both teams need to win.
Tell you what, good win for Dunfermline last week, and a massive point for Inverness Caledonian Thistle late on. With that point, that draw, that might have stopped them from getting dragged into a relegation zone. So, you know what, it's a great point.
I'll go 0-0 here.
I'll go 1-1.
Then we get Queen's Park against Arbroath. Must win for Arbroath, man. It's getting to that stage. They just need to win against their rivals.
It's getting to that stage.
The relegation rivals.
Every game is a must win, really, until they start winning some games. Are Arbroath in the same sort of situation that Livy are in?
I'd say so.
It's a shit situation.
It is a shit situation.
Not very good.
I'm going to go with 1-1 though. They're not going to win.
I'm going 2-1 Queen's Park at Hampden Park. Unfortunately, I just don't see Arbroath getting the result that they need and want, but we'll see. And then in the last game here at Starks Park, it's Rafe Rovers versus Greenock Morton. Probably the game of the Championship this week. I believe Greenock Morton are sitting in 4th, breathing down the necks of Partick Thistle. Rafe Rovers, just a point behind Dundee United. 2 teams in good form, but there can only be one winner. And I hope it's Rafe Rovers for the title fight, and I think it will be Rafe Rovers. I'll give them a 3-1 win here over Greenock Morton. That's what I'm predicting. And it'll be a sad, sad day for Chris's Morton's TV.
I'm going 2-0 Rafe Rovers, and the exact same for Chris's Morton's TV. But let's go in.
What a sad day.
Sad day, but let's just look at the Premiership table because it looks quite good.
How come we don't want to look at any other tables?
Because
It's almost like your team's top.
you know
of this
why,
one.
right? I actually didn't realise the championship had a full card, but then by the time I did, I thought it was 4. Obviously, I can't count, so yeah. All that matters is number 1 though, and Rangers are there. So let's look at it. Let's breathe it in, man. And
We've seen it last week.
I've seen it yesterday actually.
Aye,
We
well,
did a review show yesterday.
what's your point?
Point is, let's get ourselves reacquainted what's happening in the league.
All right, Rangers are top. We know that. Hearts are best of the rest, and Livingston are fucked. That's pretty much
it, guys. But let's look at this because Ross County St Mirren is on Sky.
What a game. I mean, out of all the games they could pick, I'm so glad they picked this one. This is going to be a belter of a game in Dingwall. I can't wait to sit down and watch it.
Will you be watching it tomorrow night?
Probably not, no.
Probably not, no.
Well, no, I will. I'm not going to lie. I will watch it.
Hold on, you're not going to lie. That's good. I'm glad you're being honest then.
Yeah, well, I'm part of the United club, you know. Honest man.
Honest man. Honestly, I couldn't give a rat's arse with this game.
Lying would be say if the only damage done at Fir Park on Sunday was a couple of stickers. That's a lie.
That is a lie, but anyway, let's sticker assault on this one. I'm going to go 4-1 St Mirren.
Really?
Aye.
I don't see that. Like, I'll go 2-1 St Mirren. St Mirren haven't been scoring goals lately. Don't really see them blowing away Ross County. But I do see them winning. I mean, how many more wins do St Mirren and Kelly need to guarantee that top 6? I think they've already done it. But how many more wins will it take until people just stop even considering them that they could follow it? Derek McCann's, he keeps persisting that a top 6 finish would be amazing for Kelly this season, and that's the target. You've got to wonder how many more points is he away from just looking at improving on top 6 and trying to secure a European spot, trying to secure 4th, because there is no guarantee that 5th gets you a European spot. It's depending on who wins the cup. The only way to guarantee yourself being in Europe next season is to finish 4th. So, yeah, I mean, Kilmarnock and St Mirren, it's close right now, but 4th is obviously what they've got to start aiming for. And I think that's what they should be looking for. St Mirren, Kilmarnock, I don't think they should be looking behind them. They should be looking ahead of them, and they're battling each other essentially, because Hearts are too far in front. So.
Hearts are too far in front. Right, so let's move on to Wednesday night. And no, I don't like. Let's just get the whole Wednesday card up here. There's one game on TV. It's Livingston Motherwell. We've got an Edinburgh derby. We've got Rangers away to Killie. You've got Celtic at home. You've even Aberdeen against St Johnstone, which could be argued as a relegation playoff spot match. And we're getting Livy. Fuck it.
You know why we're getting these games. Do you know why we're getting these games? Because I can tell you 100% right now the reason we're getting these games.
Because the shitey fucking deal only allows you 4 games.
Yeah, but do you know why we're getting these games?
Because none of these teams are going to be in the top 6.
Aye, and so therefore they can't show the old firm against them. You ain't going to get Livy versus Rangers or Ross County versus Celtic post-split, and they need to get these games out the way because they don't want to show the Kilmarnock Rangers game because they know that's going to be in the top 6 split, and Rangers could possibly... I think Rangers will have to travel to Kilmarnock, actually. Yeah, they will. So, yeah, because the way it's working out, there's a good chance that Rangers will need to go to Rugby Park 3 times. I made a video on that a couple weeks ago, which is not really fair on Rangers, but there's a good chance that will have to happen if Dundee end up finishing in the top 6. And, they will want to save Kilmarnock's last home game for that. So, it's bullshit, in my opinion. Same with Hearts. They know that Hearts are going to be in the top 6, and they want to keep... I don't know how many games Hearts have already played on Sky Sports this season, but they will want to keep that last remaining Hearts one, or even 2 remaining Hearts fixtures at Tynecastle. They want to keep them free for the Celtic Rangers game. So it is bullshit. That's the reason why we're getting these 2 games. It's not because Sky Sports all of a sudden are feeling generous and they want to give you Ross County fans or Livingston fans, they want to treat you to a Sky Sports game. It's simply because they need to keep the other teams that are involved in good games here, they need to keep them free heading into the split so they can televise the games against Celtic Rangers. I think it's fucking bullshit. I mean, yeah, let everybody get 4 games at home, but once everybody is allocated 4 at home, why can't they just show more? There should be a minimum of 4, and then if they want to show more, then show more. And I know people say it's because these clubs want to try and protect their home attendance, but, I mean, come on, that's bullshit.
It is bullshit. I think there's been a lot of heinous things in Scottish football over the years. There's a lot of hatred among clubs, but whoever the fuck signed off on this deal, this TV deal, I think is right up there. I actually do not grasp why you would sign off on this.
I think Scottish football's probably the best. I think I've got a great product, but it's just the way the people that run it and the way it's advertised is shite.
It is. No, I mean you can hype up a title. I mean you've got a title fight, right? And you've got an Edinburgh derby, and not any of it's on TV. And yeah, right, Livingston are in a relegation fight. I'm not going to take that away from them, right? But we all know the cameras at Livy, the Tony Macaroni Arena. There's going to be 3 empty stands, and it's a bad look. You can spin it whatever way you want.
Because it's not like Livingston's going to get this massive away support.
Aye.
On Wednesday night. It's bullshit. We need to get more games.
No, but could you imagine, right, in England, that you've got a Manchester derby, right, and then you've got Arsenal away to Brentford, and you've got Liverpool at home to, I don't know, Aston Villa, even though Dundee's not really on a level of Aston Villa. And then at the bottom, you've got Burnley against Luton, and that's the game that's on TV, and the other 3 aren't.
And none of the other ones are on because they need to reserve the games that they've got remaining at home.
For the month of May or something. Load of pish.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Anyway, I kind of lost where we were going.
No, we haven't talked about any of the 5 games, so let's start with Aberdeen. Neil Warnock's pissed.
Can Neil Warnock get sacked, or does the only way he leaves Aberdeen before the end of the season is if he walks?
I forgot to say a body bag.
No, but is it safe to assume that it's just not worth the hassle, no matter how bad he does, that Aberdeen are just going to keep him? I mean, because they want to hire a new manager in the summer. Therefore, if they got rid of Neil Warnock now, they'd either be forced into making their decision quicker, or they'd have to bring in another interim manager until. So I think that Neil Warnock, as bad as the results might get, I think his job's safe. I think the thing that could potentially see Neil Warnock leave is himself. I mean, if he's losing game after game and he's not getting wins and he's damaging what's left of his fucking career, and he's not getting top 6. He spoke about how he wanted to come here and he looks forward to playing Rangers because he's a Rangers fan, even though he pretends he's not. A bit like you and Cameron, to be honest. And then he speaks about Celtic and how these are the big games and he wants to play Rangers and Celtic. The way Aberdeen are going at the moment, they're not going to be playing Rangers and Celtic. They're going to be in the bottom 6 split. And the likelihood is it's going to be 5 dead games. However, based on the way they're playing in the current form, they could get dragged into a relegation zone. Even if it's a playoff relegation, they could end up in a fight for 11th place. I just don't know if Neil Warnock wants that. I mean, he's came to Scotland. He's talked about winning the Scottish Cup. If he goes out in the Scottish Cup quarterfinals against Kilmarnock and Aberdeen fail to win their next couple of league games, I think he could walk. It would not surprise me in the slightest. I mean, he came up here for some fun time and he wants to win the Scottish Cup and he wants to play against the big boys in Scotland. By the end of the season, he's not going to be in the Scottish Cup and he's going to be playing against the pish teams in the bottom 6. So,
yeah.
I mean, if he's lucky, he might have a tie against Hibernian.
No one's called him out. The only people I've seen call him it is Ian Cameron, Stephen Mill. Stephen Mill kind of did go into him, say he's up here for a jolly. I'm going to go for a 0-0 draw.
What's your thoughts on Neil Warnock?
I've given up. I dedicated a video on Saturday evening to Neil Warnock.
I said when he came in, like I just didn't understand the hype and why everyone thought it was going to be this great appointment.
Right, this is what I said as well. If Aberdeen, right, and the rest of the Scottish football outside of Glasgow are going to be treated serious, you can't have a guy come in and treat it as a fucking joke.
Look at that. No, see, I would have got rid of him. I would have got rid of him after the Rangers game. Even in the build-up to the Rangers game, see the way he was getting on.
But no, Rangers Aberdeen's probably the third biggest game in the country, yes or no?
Yes, but see the way he was speaking about the Aberdeen players? He was making it sound like it was the FA Cup third round and Manchester United had drawn somebody for the 8th tier. That's the way he was talking about the Aberdeen lads when they were coming to Ibrox. Oh, I've just told them to go out and have fun. He was talking about it as if like Rangers were is fucking the best team in world football and Aberdeen were this like junior side. It's like, what are you talking about? Aberdeen had a good record against Aberdeen and Aberdeen had a good record against Rangers in like the last 5 fixtures. Yep. But Neil Warnock was making it as if it was an impossible task and they were just going to Ibrox to have fun and the result didn't matter. And it's like, what's this guy all about?
If I was an Aberdeen fan, I wouldn't be happy because he's treating it as a joke.
Do you remember that though?
No, I do remember it. I remember it very vividly, but again,
And he was like starstruck. Oh, when you come to Ibrox, when you come here.
Yo, undeniably, right, when he's come in, the Aberdeen job in the league, it's a bit of a write-off. It's like, right, if you make 6th place, then fair enough, but it doesn't mean you treat the entire job as a joke.
No, a good manager would have been coming into Aberdeen looking to get more than 6th. When he came in, you're talking at that point, you're like 2 or 3 wins on the bounce, because they did have a bunch of game in hands. You're 2 or 3 wins on the bounce for battling against St Mirren and Kilmarnock. Never mind Dundee.
Well, no, but imagine Kilmarnock came in 8 points behind and turns around and says, you know, it's a pretty big gap, but...
Well, I'm glad you mentioned him. There you go. Clement's came in, 8-point gap, and it's a lot harder to close the gap when you're fighting at the top because Rangers and Celtic are juggernauts and, you know, every week they're expected to win. It's a lot harder to make up an 8-point gap. When Neil Warnock came in, right, I think the gap between Kilmarnock and St Mirren, I believe it was 11 points, but he had 3 games in hand. Now, yes, they weren't expected to win those 3 games in hand, but they still had those 3 games in hand.
He was taking on the juggernauts, the Manchester Uniteds.
And it's just, I think it's mental that the gap has just got bigger.
No, it has.
Well, maybe, I don't know if it's got bigger, but it's not decreased. It's not got smaller.
They've not won a game.
He's not won a game under him. I mean, he came in, and Aberdeen did have a realistic chance of still finishing 4th. When he came in, people were still talking about Aberdeen beating Hearts.
No, but see, even...
No, people were talking about Aberdeen. I remember on the Scottish Football Podcast, they were talking about Aberdeen catching Hearts. They said that Aberdeen had 3 games in Hearts, but the gap to Hearts was 19 points. And they thought that was doable back then. They thought that was catchable. You look at it now, most people don't even think they can get 6th.
No.
They've went from oh, they can still catch Hearts to oh, they can still catch Kilmarnock and St Mirren to, man, it doesn't even look like they can catch Dundee.
Yeah, no, but
now people are talking about them not even not being able to catch Dundee. People are talking about Aberdeen potentially being caught by Ross County.
Yeah, but he's coming out after the game and he's almost acting as if he's not the manager. He's like, the players are getting bullied out there. You've got a role in that. That's how you set the fucking team up.
He took no responsibilities, almost washed his hands of every bad result and every bad performance. He's taking no accountability for it. They were getting bullied at Kelly for the get-go. Why not change it at half-time? Something like that. No? A good manager would.
Anyway, I'm going 0-0, right? I've spent too much time talking about this old guy. Going 0-0. St Johnstone don't score and Aberdeen are pish, so that's a 0-0.
If St Johnstone win, would you be worried for Aberdeen?
I think it'd be great, but in terms of them going down, yes, I would be worried for them.
Can he be sacked? Or is it just at the point where Aberdeen will ride this out and then make a decision in the summer?
They'll ride it out. Would Barry Robson have got them sacked? Would Barry Robson have done worse? No, I don't think so.
See, as bad as Barry Robson was, and I did not think he was the man for the job at all, I do think he got them to a cup final, and I think he did perform well in Europe. I think that should have bought him a bit more time. And I said he should never have got the job in the first place, but I just think cup final, they were in that cup final, probably should have had a penalty towards the end of that cup final, and then they got a massive win against Frankfurt. I mean, come on. And not just that, even the games where they lost, they were very competitive. They never got blown away once.
Nope.
They took on some top teams, like Frankfurt, and who's the other one?
Barry Robson told them to go out and have fun though, didn't he?
Was it Olympiacos?
No,
it
was
Turkish team.
PAC,
aye. I mean, 2 tough games there, and not one game did they get blown away. I think the biggest margin they lost by was the 1 goal.
What are you going for though?
What am I going for?
Aye.
I'm going for Barry Robson was sacked too soon, even though I said he should never have got the job.
Right, the score.
I'll score. 1-0 St Johnstone.
Fair enough, right? We were talking about great managers there, Neil Warnock and Tony Docherty.
Also,
is up next, because it's not Brendan Rodgers.
Also, has the Miofsky goals not dried up since Neil Warnock came in? Aside from the 2 that he got against lower league opposite, was it Bonnie Rose?
He scored against Rangers.
Aye, but fuck off. I'd have scored that.
Oh, hold on, it was a good goal.
He was gifted it, man.
I know he was gifted
Goldson just laid out the red carpet for Aberdeen.
Right, well, let's lay out the red carpet for Brendan Rodgers.
Or the green carpet, as you do in Glasgow.
Will he be allowed to be in the manager dugout? You know, he might get sacked for his comments the other day, which of course we're being sarcastic about here. But Brendan Rodgers, Celtic, I think they will win, but it'll be another painful watch. I mean, I tell you what, like, see come 7:45 on Wednesday, there's going to be a lot. How many? There's too many games to watch.
What's more likely?
Celtic TV, Hearts TV, and the Kelly Rangers TV.
I'll be tuning into them all. What's more likely to happen on Wednesday night? Dundee destroy Celtic's title hopes, or the Dundee Ultras destroy Celtic Park? And by destroy, I don't mean one or two stickers.
I remember, right? I watched the Danny Dyer documentary about like firms in Scotland, and apparently, I don't know if this was back in like the mid 2000s. Apparently, Dundee United and Dundee have the same ultras.
Yeah, no, I've seen that. So I don't. Anytime I've seen Dundee and Dundee United fans, they're not very complimentary towards each other. So I
no, but it's like anytime we're playing the big two, I remember it's like we'll go down together, and it showed obviously Tannadice and Dens Park's like right beside each other. And Danny Dyer was like, he couldn't believe it. No, it's fucking weird. I don't know. Is that a myth? Is that a Scottish football myth? Or is it actually legit?
Yeah.
Did he make it up?
They're so close that Dessers could probably try and shoot and score at Tannadice and end up scoring at Dens Park.
Anyway, let's talk about Adam Idea. Does he have to start over Kyogo? It was alright, but I mean, let's save the...
I think we need like a laughter track.
Let's save the Dessers slander for when he fucks up Rangers' title hopes.
I think we need a background laughter track like Still Game. I would have definitely hit the laugh button.
But we're that good, man. It'd just be a constant laughing track. Anyway, I think Celtic will win, but it won't be... they're not good. They can't put a consistent 90 minutes in.
Oh, Dundee. I mean, this could be a 4-day period or 5-day period where their top six hopes just completely die, depending on... Well, not completely die, but I mean, we could be talking about Dundee looking like a team that we're going to, not run away with, but comfortably secure sixth, and they could find themselves out of sixth by the end of Wednesday night. So, they'll be looking to get something against Celtic Park. I just don't really see it. I think Celtic will have momentum after that late win against Motherwell. Brendan Rodgers coming under a bit of controversy lately. Can he keep his mouth shut? Can he generate a good performance for the good boys at Celtic Park? Or we'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see, but I'm going to go for a good 2-0 win for Celtic. Which in my case would be bad, but 2-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1. 2-1 Celtic.
Yeah, you'll go 2. But here, Celtic could draw this game 1-1, and you wouldn't be shocked. See, under Ange, it just didn't really happen. So you go
under Ange, this was like 4 or 5.
But you go into every game with Rodgers. See, like the past couple of months, you actually think, they've got a chance. They don't win by lots.
See, when Celtic go into games now, it's not really that you're hoping, if you're a Celtic fan, you want Celtic win. But if you're a Rangers fan or just someone that doesn't like Celtic, it's like you're not going into the games...
Is that you then, huh?
Well, maybe. But you're not going into the games recently, within the last couple of months, you're not going into the games like, I really hope they drop points here. Like, in the past, you would be hoping that, but you would know it's unlikely. I think you're actually going into Celtic games now expecting them to drop points, rather than just hope.
Yeah. So 2-0 and 2-1. Let's move on to the Edinburgh Derby, which ain't on TV. It's a disaster in my opinion. I'm going to go for Hearts to win. Lawrence Shankland, hat-trick.
I don't know about being on TV, but it might get a wee match with you on South Scotland TV.
That wee channel's not really happening these days. But yeah, I'm actually going to go Hearts.
That channel's deader than Rangers.
I'm going to go Hearts 3-0 Lawrence Shankland hat-trick.
Hearts 3-0 Lawrence Shankland hat-trick?
You heard it here first.
I'll have some of your smoking. I'll take a 2-1 Hearts win. I'd take another 93rd minute Shankland winner. I'd take it.
Nah, Hearts will win. Look at the games on offer here, and we're getting Livy Motherwell.
That's not sitting right with me, is it?
No, it's fucking not.
Right, let's move on to Rugby Park. I do not think Kilmarnock will lose this game. I think Kilmarnock will get a minimum.
What's crucial though? Rangers draw, they still top the league no matter what Celtic do.
Well, Celtic could smash Dundee, like.
Aye, but they're not going to smash them.
No, they're not, but I mean, they could.
No, they could, but they're not.
Maybe if they hire Ange for one night only, they could. I'm going to go with Kilmarnock 1, Rangers 1. I do think this... I think Kilmarnock at home is the toughest fixture for the Old Firm.
Yeah.
That's my...
As evidence proves this season.
I mean, you could maybe argue Pittodrie for Rangers is a tougher fixture because Aberdeen do seem to up the ante when they're taking on Rangers.
Yep. Well, the Old Firms went to Rugby Park 3 times this season and they've lost every single fucking game. I mean, that's quite incredible. Will it change here? I'm actually going to go for Rangers to win. I think if Rangers win this game, this is massive.
Yeah, it is massive because they've had Hearts and Kilmarnock, and if they can come out of both of those games with 6 points, then that would be telling where the title's going.
If Rangers win this game, I believe our next 4 games are away to Dundee, away to Ross County, home to Hibs, and home to... Who's the other home game against? I can't remember.
Sounds like 12 points to me.
Yeah, it sounds like so. If Rangers win this game, it's looking like another 12. I know it's if buts maybes, but if Rangers win this, Hearts are at home to Celtic on Sunday, and that is the difference. It's like I'm confident enough. Even if Rangers get beat or drop points at Rugby Park, I think they'll go top at the weekend. So I'm going to go 1-0. Cyril Desser's masterclass has to be. With the way Rangers are playing, I think they'll win. And then we get the final game. We've got Livy against Motherwell. It's that good. It's on 15 minutes later because guess what? See when all these games are on, we're all going to be tuning into this one, aren't we?
Oh, aye.
See when all these games end and Celtic's title dreams are up in smoke. Hearts have pumped Hibs 5-0 and Rangers have defeated Killie 10-0. I won't be doing any reviews or reactions. I'll be watching the last 15 minutes of Livy Motherwell.
Could Livy Motherwell perhaps be the lowest rated viewership Scottish Premier League game in the history of Sky?
I mean, you look at Tuesday night.
Yes,
you could argue there's a lot more...
No, what I will say is, combined County and St Mirren, I would have a lot more fans than Livy Motherwell. Plus, they have no competition. I mean, Motherwell and Livy are playing well, Celtic, Rangers, and the Edinburgh Derby's on. I mean, neutrals can tune in. If neutrals are tuning in on Tuesday, they've got 1 game to watch.
Yep.
If neutrals tune in on Wednesday, they've got 5 games to watch. And it's the least appealing game out of the 5 that's on TV. I can't see anybody watching that other than a Livy or Motherwell fan.
No, see, we're being truthful. How many Livingston fans actually pay for Sky Sports? And that's not me suggesting that they're all scumbags and they all use illegal websites, which of course none of us do here on Folk Football.
Well, I would imagine more Celtic and Rangers fans use illegal websites, to be fair.
Yeah, but like how many... Livingston's already probably got about, 50 fans? How many of them actually pay for Sky Sports with the hope of watching their team?
Well, see, think about it. If you're a Livy fan, pretty much the only time you get a Livy game on TV, apart from a rare occurrence like this, is when they're playing Celtic Rangers.
Yep.
So if you're paying for Sky Sports purely just to see Livingston play, every time you do get to see them play, they're probably on the end of a hammering. So that's not too fair. That's not appealing.
Anyway, I'm going to go 1-0 Motherwell. Livingston need to win, but they're not going to win. And you know what? I don't want to just pin it on them, but I blame them for this game being on TV.
Really?
Aye.
Why?
Because it could be in the top 6 and then it wouldn't be on TV.
I suppose, aye.
That's how the logic works, isn't it?
Yeah, but you know what? If Hearts were sitting in 10th, then Derby would be on TV, so...
Well, there you go. Blame Hearts. Anyway, guys, that is it. Till next time.
Daniel, get a prediction for the Livy game.
Oh, what are you going for?
1-0 Livy.
1-0 Livy, 1-0 Motherwell. It's going to be a crazy midweek. We'll review Ross County St Mirren. It'll be here somewhere. And then on Wednesday, there'll probably be 3 match reviews. Oh, how great's that going to be? But until then, peace.